What's up, guys? Today's Friday, everybody's favorite day of the week, and everybody's favorite video, the one-day portrait. Now, I know some of y'all like other art, but to be honest, this is the main thing. I look at my analytics, and these are the main videos I get the most views on, especially with new people who have never been to my channel. So yeah, thumbs up to that. And today for the one-day portrait, I'm doing Naptural85, also known as Whitney. Kinda obviously, she is a hair YouTuber and she also vlogs, but I don't really watch her vlogs like that, even though I'm subscribed to her. I'm just not a vlog fan, but I first subscribed to her a long time ago when I first went natural, and I just love it. And it's even better because she's trying to transition completely into a vegan lifestyle, and I say lifestyle, not diet, because vegan is more than just diet. But anyway, that's besides the point. And on the last video, I asked you guys, what do you want to hear me talk about? And even though not a lot of people watched the video, and probably not everybody watched it, nobody even answered. So, you know what? This is what I'm going to just do. I'm going to just talk about whatever. So today I decided on telling a story about why I quit school. I feel like when I did talk about school in a previous video, I kind of just said it and it had it in a negative light. And I didn't want it to be in a negative light. It's more a personal thing for me. Well, it's a mix of both. But I'm going to just get to the personal side. The reason why I quit school is because I just kept running into too many problems. And I know a lot of people say, well, sometimes you have to get past these obstacles for things to get better. But it just was not getting better. And it just seemed to be worse and worse. And it just didn't seem like it was worth it. Especially since I already knew what I wanted to do, which is YouTube. So the things that started to happen is, first of all, my first year was okay. But then it was hard for me to keep commuting back and forth because I lived with my parents for a while, and it was getting extremely hard for me to commute back and forth. So I moved to off campus, and because I moved off campus, everything that I got in my refund check, which was not grants, they were all loans, unfortunately, that year. Everything that I got was put into the house that I lived in, which was like $525 a month, and I had to live there for about, I think it was 3 months. Not even that long, and I dumped a lot of money into that. No, it was a little more than 3 months, but I dumped a whole lot of money into that, and I was broke. And I was broke every single day. I had barely any money for food, so I was basically starving. There was some nights I'd go to sleep with hunger pains. It was so bad, and I couldn't afford anything. So I was like, okay, something has to change. So I looked for another place to live because I couldn't keep commuting. It was just too stressful. So I looked for another place, and I moved to this other place called Campus Crossing in Durham. Worst decision of my life, but let's get into that. So I moved here and I had 2 roommates. Both of them were my friends at the time. None of them are friends right now, but we're going to get into that later. And I just felt so happy. It's like, yes, finally I moved somewhere. First off, I didn't have much money for food, and I didn't have a job. So I kind of I had a moment of just go with the flow, which is very rare for somebody like me, but I had to go with the flow moment. So I was like, all right, so I'm gonna find a job as fast as I can and pay. Luckily I found a job, and I still have the same job because it's a great job, but I got a job as a face painter, entertainment type. I can do more than face painting now, but starting out it was just face painting. So I had that job and I was paying rent, but then all these problems started happening. I started to get problems with a car that I had. It was a BMW, very old. So don't say, oh, rich. No, it was an old BMW. I had to hurry up because it's coming to an end. And it kept breaking down on me. And one time it just broke down. It was done, and I've never seen it since then. And because of that, I had to start taking the bus to school, and work was suffering, and I was poor. I could not pay rent, and I could barely buy food. Even though I was having help with food with my boyfriend because he was living with me at the time. He was out of a job because his job let him go, and I didn't have that much work because I didn't have my car, and you basically need a car for my type of job. So I was poor, hardly any food. It was just horrible. Rent was extremely hard to pay for. So then by the time the next semester came in, I started having problems with one of my roommates because she was really dirty. I'm not going to say any names, of course. She was super sloppy. She didn't want to abide by any of the rules. She kept using my stuff, breaking some of my stuff. So I said, you can't use my things, and just living with her became hell because she's a liar and she's a thief. And she's a chronic liar. I'm not talking about just, she is a chronic liar. And she would take my stuff. and it was just living with her was so stressful. And then I was stressed out from school. I was gaining extreme amounts of weight from my previous eating problems, but that's another story. And yeah, so it was just getting so hard. And then next thing I know, I was like, okay, hopefully things will get better. No, things did not get better. My grades were starting to slip, number one, and number two, I got in a car accident over the summer. And at that point I was just like, what am I doing? At that point I already hated school, and I already started getting into the whole I was thinking about the YouTube thing, but I hadn't started to execute it yet. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, I really don't need this anymore. The stress is not worth it, and I could just leave right now. So that was basically all I have time to tell y'all. There's more to the story than that, but yeah, maybe I'll say the rest next week. Maybe not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this painting, and yeah, I just want Whitney to know. Hopefully she sees this video, and I want y'all guys hopefully to help me get her to see this video, because I really appreciate her, even though the story has nothing to do with her. Anyway, bye guys.